Alright, in this episode of The Man Cave, I'm going to be continuing my series on refreshing my DRZ400SM. In the previous video, I showed you guys how to disassemble those forks, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to reassemble those suckers. Now, if you remember the previous video, those forks were in pretty poor condition. The fork oil was really muddy, the fork seals were shot, the fork finish, the anodizing on the outside was just eaten away by the elements. So I'm going to be fixing all of that. I've found some replacement parts. Got a new fork seal kit, some fresh fork oil. Upon closer inspection, those bushings also needed replacing, so I've got a set of bushings as well. I've also prettied up those fork legs a little bit. I was originally going to go with a polished finish, but I opted to just sand them down and go with a glossy powder coat, and I think they look pretty darn good. I've got the parts outside. They are ready to go. You're going to need a few simple tools, basic wrenches, screwdrivers, that sort of thing. But most important, you'll need a seal driver of some kind. Now, I have a proper seal driver, but you can improvise and use maybe a piece of PVC that is just the right size to drive those seals in if you don't have a seal driver available to you. Other than that, an impact wrench is also quite invaluable in getting the job done. So I've got the parts outside. Let's get to work. All right, we're going to be putting together our forks. As I mentioned earlier, I made everything sort of nice and clean, cleaned everything out. Made these fork legs nice and pretty again, and we'll get started on reassembly. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lube up the fork lowers with a little bit of fork oil. Now, I'm using a small piece of Glad wrap or plastic. You can use a little plastic bag or something like that, just to make sure that you cover the sharp edges so that the seals don't get torn up on the way in. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of oil to that, make sure the seals go on easy. All right, get some lube on that as well. We've got our dust seal, we've got our oil seal, inner and outer bushings, and we also had a clip. First to go on will be our dust seal. Then we drop in our little spring and your fork seal. Now make sure you've got this oriented properly. Get some lube on it so that it goes on nice and easy and doesn't get damaged on the way in. So this goes this way. All right, these are upside down forks, so think about how they would go together the wrong way around, obviously. Okay, it's a bit of a tight squeeze over the indent for the bushing, and this is where you have to watch out that you don't tear up your fork seal. All right, that's gone on nice and easy. You can take this little baggie off. Okay, next will be a washer. The washer's got a sharp side and a dull side. The dull side goes towards the fork seal. And then you've got your bushings. A little bit of lube on that as well. Outer bushing and your inner bushing. That to clip in. All right, we've got all the pieces ready to go in. We've got our fork leg. Get that in there. Just use our rag to protect the bottom. Okay, we're going to use our fork seal driver. And just bang that home. So again, you hear that positive sound that it's been driven home. Let's get our oil seal, fork seal in place. Again, we'll use the seal driver. So that's seated. our little clip is going in. Make sure that it clicks into place. Use that little screwdriver. All right, that is seated. And last to go on will be our dust seal. That is on. Let's see how that all came together. Yep, that's looking pretty good. Give it a... Now we're ready to work on our damper rods. Extend out your damper rod. Make sure the jam nut is screwed all the way down. I'm using this jig that I put together to make this job a little easier. Right, so damper rod is extended down. We're going to measure out 182 ml of fork oil, and it's going to go into the damper rod. All right, measuring out 182. All right, 182 measured out, going into our damper rod. Watch out for these holes, all right? You don't want the oil coming out of there. So we'll pour it in. All right, now we have to bleed the damper rod a little bit. So just push this bottom in and out a few times just to suck oil into the system. There you go, I can hear it. Now you don't want to push this damper rod all the way in because the oil will overflow and you'll have to start all over again. You'll make a big mess. So just a few times, 3, 4, 5 pumps, just to get oil into the system. All right, that should be good. So this is going back in, and we're now ready to install our compression stack. This can be a little bit troublesome because you're going to have to put some pressure on that spring to get the threads to catch on here. So do whatever technique you have to do to get the compression stack back in there. All right. Yeah. All right, that wasn't too tough. And we're going to use our Showa slotted tool to just snug that up. All right, get that as tight as you can. You can tighten it a bit more when it's back on the bike. All right. Now we give the fork damper a little bit of a test. Push that damper rod in, not all the way in, just a few inches, and let it drop. You want to see it sort of compress and extend to a full stop. All right, looks like we're in good shape. We're ready to assemble our spring assembly. The spring stack. There's that little seat I was talking about. It's got a little lip on it. It only goes one way really, and that is onto this spring spacer with the lip against the bottom. So this goes in, plastic side up, and our spring sits on top of that. There we go. And this is an important part. This is your rebound adjuster. Make sure that you don't forget to put that back in. So that goes in here. It's got a flat side. Try to find the, there you go. There, so it sits back in there. With all of this in place, we're now ready to slide on our fork leg. All right, there you go. Now, if you guys remember this little slotted piece of metal from the disassembly video, we're going to be using it again. We're going to be putting pressure down onto the spring and clipping off on the end of that jam nut. Clip down on the jam nut. Now it's time to get your rebound adjusters in. Make sure that they're backed all the way out. Your jam nut stays in place and your rebound adjuster goes on top of that and screws in. All right, we're going to tighten this down. This is a 17, so just hold the jam nut in place and use a 21 on our ratchet and get the rebound adjuster screwed back on. Now these don't have to be crazy tight, but get it snug. And once that's done, we can tighten down on our rebound adjuster. Again, these are pretty fine threads. You don't want to hit it with an impact straight out. Get your socket out and just work the threads in there. Make sure you catch a good square thread. There you go. So you're going to get to a point where it's tight. Once that's nice and snug, you can hit it with your impact, 1 or 2 hits. And that's that. All right, we're moving now to filling the inner leg. The book spec on the oil volume in here is 350 ml. So again, I'm going to use my graduated cylinder to measure that out. All right, I've got 350 ml measured out and it's going in to the outer chamber. This is best done with the fork tipped off to the side, and just pour the oil in. You want to go slow, make sure that the oil doesn't sort of overflow if any air bubbles form on the inside. All right, that's as much oil as is going to go there. Now we want to catch these threads right over here on the inside threads. Things will stiffen up once you get towards that O-ring. And you want to grab your top fork wrench and just get that snug down. All right, now you're not going to get this super tight when it's off the bike. Obviously, the best way to get it nice and tight is when the forks are actually reinstalled on the bike, but get them as tight as you can for now. All right, and with that, we should bounce up and down on the fork a little bit, give it a test, see how it performs. All right, it looks like it's looking pretty clean, no leaks. I think we did a pretty good job. These forks are looking good, ready to go back on the bike. Before you do bring them back on, make sure you take your adjustments on your rebound and compression back to where they were before, and these guys are ready to rock and roll. Well, I hope you guys learned something new right here on the Man Cave. Shooting a video here.
I'm sorry.
No, no, no. It's okay.